But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never, ever happen.
So that is officially the new elected Prime Minister, Marc Carney, in Canada, visiting. He's going to visit actually President Trump this week at the White House on Tuesday. Now, he had made those comments as he was during his acceptance speech, where he's going to stand up to Trump, and that's why a lot of Liberals believe that he got elected, is because they want him to stand up to President Trump. So join me now to break this all down is the host of the Charbonne Report, Michael Charbonne. Michael, what are you expecting from this meeting? You've got Prime Minister Carney, who got elected, saying that he was going to be the guy that's going to stand up to President Trump. You've got a lot of national unity going on up there right now based on what's happening with the 51st state and the tariffs. How do you think this meeting's going to go?
So first of all, Carney, in his acceptance speech, didn't take Canada left, didn't take them right. He actually took Canada forward. I was actually quite shocked. There's been many instances in Canadian politics where the line between the Conservatives and the Liberals has been very gray. And Carney has moved more centrist, it feels like. He's more conciliatory because he's got to deal with the Conservatives. And to your point, I think he's going to go down there and be very cordial, be very professional with President Trump. And President Trump realizes he's not going to put tanks in Buffalo. They're not going to invade. We're going to work together. And I think Carney has set the table effectively so that the two of them can talk and we can resolve this and be a unified, much stronger market together, John.
A lot of people are wondering how Canada voted here. You had the leader of the opposition. You said many times that you thought he was going to win, Pierre Poilievre.
I did.
I want to get to this. This is a map of breakdown here of how people voted. Can we bring that in? And I want to get your 2 cents on this. But it says that about 56%, 55% of Ontario and Quebec is mostly Liberal. So you've got on the east a lot of the people that voted for the Liberals. But then if you look at the map, the Conservatives are all out west. But is this just a population game here? Why is it? If they had an electoral college, would the results have been closer?
Well, I think it was 44% for the Liberals and 41% of the popular vote for the Conservatives. Everybody west of Ontario voted Conservative. The Conservatives won 20 seats in Ontario, taking away seats from the Liberal bastion. I think there is definitely a serious situation where the Liberals will have to work with the Conservatives. Canada doesn't have an appetite for another election, John. So I think he has to move a little bit more to the center and consider a lot of what the Conservatives want to have to say. But, you know, getting 20 seats in Ontario is quite something. But final point quickly here, Pierre Poilievre lost his seat. He had this for 20 years. What sign does that say about the head, the leader of the Conservatives, John?
Very good point. And he is going to keep the role of leader even though he lost his seat. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. He's going to try and tap on some poor person who ran and put their heart and soul into it and say, you got to step aside. I want to have a temporary election here, a by-election, so I can earn my seat so I can sit in the House of Commons. That's a tough ask, but that's probably a diplomatic ship if we ever have the Conservatives in control. But that's what he's got to do.
All right. We shall see what happens next. Michael Charbonne, thank you so much. Yeah, go Oilers, right? There's still a few Canadian teams there in that playoffs. All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Michael.